Noah Gragson's insane message to Ty Gibbs. The 2022 season came to a close with Ty Gibbs and Noah Gragson becoming less than close friends. They fought and wrecked for the title for the major part of the previous Xfinity Series season, and all the problems came to an end in the last weekend as they got closer to the championship event at Phoenix Raceway. Gibbs defeated Gragson, who finished second, but was pushing for the lead, but ran out of laps by 0.397 of a second to win the race and the championship. It was about as close as two competitors could get. During the offseason, their rivalry took a break, but it will pick back up shortly when they compete for victories and the Rookie of the Year award in the Cup Series on the same field, though perhaps a bigger and more significant one. While Gragson transfers to the Cup with Legacy Motor Club, formerly Petty GMS, Gibbs will be racing for his family's team, Gibbs Racing. Hello NASCAR fam, and welcome back to NASCAR Live. But before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. And let's begin. Last season, both drivers were aggressive, sometimes excessively so, according to some of their rivals, and there is no reason to believe their tactics will change at the next level. Their speed may be limited by a lack of expertise, but be prepared for them to bump against each other and stick their noses in small spaces. Gragson mentioned of Gibbs before the final Xfinity race of the previous season, "I don't like him. I want to beat him straight up. It pisses him off a lot more." Last year, Gragson and Gibbs not only competed at the highest level of the Xfinity Series, but also gained unexpected Cup experience in comparable conditions. After Kurt Busch sustained an injury at Pocono Raceway, Gibbs replaced Busch at 23XI Racing, and in the latter part of the year, Gragson replaced the wounded Alex Bowman at Hendrick Motorsports. Moreover, for Colleague Racing and Beard Motorsports, Gragson participated in a few Cup events. Gragson and Gibbs clocked up remarkably identical statistics in Cup and Xfinity last season, demonstrating how close their battle might be in their first full Cup season. Gragson took home 8 Xfinity victories, while Gibbs won 7. Gibbs had 23, while Gragson had 26 top 10s. Gragson finished in the top 5 twice and the top 10 once in Cup with a 23.1 average. With a 22.9 average finish, Gibbs had one top 10 performance. Even though neither driver managed to win a Cup race with their top-tier cars, the experience will probably come in handy when the 2023 season gets underway. It's nice to have that experience going into this year instead of just being thrown in cold turkey and told to go race, as Gragson said to NBC Sports. Getting that extra experience, kind of having a preconceived thought of what I should expect for this year, it's nice having that experience going into the year, he added. The shifting is significantly different now. We have a 5-speed sequential. I completed 4 loops around Atlanta while the entire dash was illuminated in red. I was unable to determine the cause. I had been driving there in 4th gear the entire time when I realized there were 5 gears in the vehicle. I then moved to 5th. Therefore, it's wonderful to have a little bit of experience. Tiny things like these, and that you start to understand about the car, and the variances of being so acquainted with the Xfinity car, and now getting to put into a new circumstance, are little things that you start to learn. In the Toyotas, driven by 23XI Racing, Gibbs' best performance was 10th at Michigan Speedway. He told NBC Sports, "I think having those Cup races was incredibly advantageous. A lot of labor, but I learned a lot in those days." The ultimate goal of every young race car driver is to compete at the top level of motorsports. As he gets ready for his first season in the NASCAR Cup Series with the Legacy Motor Club, Noah Gragson's goal is coming true. Gragson initially agreed to drive the number 42 car for Petty GMS, but late in 2022, 7-time Cup Series champion Jimmie Johnson bought a share in the organization to rebrand it. Richard Petty, a fellow 7-time winner and team ambassador, puts a lot of pressure on himself and Gragson as they begin their rookie season as 2 of the most successful drivers in history. At a gathering in New York City, Gragson proclaimed, "It will be great. They're great mentors and leaders. There's a lot of great qualities in those 2 guys. They're obviously champions of the sport, but I think there's more to the day-to-day stuff, learning how to become the best version of myself and the best driver that I can be. I definitely have 2 great resources to lean on." The 24-year-old Gragson just completed his greatest Xfinity Series campaign with JR Motorsports, but he had a difficult start in the year since. While vying for a top 10 berth at Road America, he deliberately crashed into Sage Karam, drawing criticism from around the sport. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the team owner, admitted that he was shocked, to be honest with you, when I saw Noah make that decision. I was just utterly startled and in a little bit of astonishment, not just that he made that decision, but that that it caused such an accident and got so many other guys involved. I found it quite difficult to watch that. However, Gragson took a lesson from it. Over the course of the year, he eventually won 8 races. He lost the championship to Ty Gibbs in a close race at Phoenix Raceway, despite a fierce and fair competition. Even so, as he gears up for his debut season in the sport's top level, a runner-up position brought with it respect from the business. Gragson is now prepared to take on the challenge. He'll be mentored by Jimmie Johnson, who has a part-time Cup schedule. Gragson, who actually took over Johnson's former number 48 car at Hendrick Motorsports when Alex Bowman had to miss 5 races toward the end of 2022 due to a concussion, is the ideal fit for the position. Stepping up the ladder is probably the biggest step I'll ever take in my driving career in terms of competition, Gragson stated. I know what it's like to be in Xfinity, and there's a new guy who can bully him around. Me being the rookie, I'm going into it trying to finish every lap in every race. I need to earn these guys' respect. If we can improve every week in every race, we can become better than the week before, and that's the progress I want to make. Gragson won't find the task to be simple. The number 42 car, which he takes over in 2022, was driven by Ty Dillon. When compared to teammate Eric Jones, who won at Darlington and had 13 top 10 finishes, Dillon came in 29th in the standings. While driving the number 16 car for Colleague Racing, an additional 13 races last year, Gragson did receive some experience in the next-gen vehicle. He claimed that the experience had equipped him for what to anticipate in 2023. With so much to learn, Gragson's keeping his hopes in check. We have good people and good energy leading into the season, Gragson said. I have great teammates. I'm excited with how this team has grown from when I first signed and what it's grown to and where we can get it to. I think we need to set the goals pretty low. The main goal needs to be to finish every race and get experience. It's going to be tough, no doubt. If we can grow and keep learning, that's what I'm excited to see. This next season, Gragson will compete in the Great American Race for the second time. Meanwhile, in honor of the upcoming 24-hour of Le Mans, which will mark the 100th running of the legendary race, NASCAR today unveiled a distinguished driver roster for its Garage 56 entry. Jimmie Johnson, a 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, Mike Rockenfeller, a former winner of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and Jenson Button, the 2009 Formula One World Champion, will all share the wheel of the next-gen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, which is anticipated to receive entry approval from the ACO in the coming weeks. The undefeated team, manufacturer, and tire in the sport's 75-year history, along with NASCAR, Hendrick Motorsports, Chevrolet, and Goodyear, have teamed up on the Garage 56 initiative. According to Jim France, NASCAR chairman and CEO, since the beginning of the Garage 56 project, it has been our goal to partner with the top racers in the world to represent us in Le Mans. The lineup of Jimmy, Rocky, and Jenson is everything we could have dreamed of. 3 elite drivers who have won at the highest levels of motorsports worldwide. As we celebrate the 75th anniversary of NASCAR, we are honored to have these world-class champions help bring the sights and sounds of a NASCAR race car to fans in Le Mans and across the world. The 2022 Spirit of Le Mans Award was given to France last year in appreciation of his historic convergence agreement between IMSA and the ACO, as well as his lengthy history of influence in motorsports. At Daytona International Speedway, the chicane that was formerly known as the bus stop is now known as the Le Mans chicane, and the first chicane on Le Mans' Mulsanne Straight is now referred to as the Daytona chicane. In his remarkable career, Johnson competed for Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet and won 83 races, in addition to a record-tying 7 NASCAR Cup Series titles. He will compete in the Daytona 500 next month after recently joining the Legacy Motor Club NASCAR Cup Series team as a part owner. At Sebring in December, Johnson assisted with testing the Garage 56 vehicle. I'm super thrilled. It's been at the top of my bucket list to compete in the 24 Hours of Le Mans someday, Johnson stated. To have this opportunity come and to partner with everybody and this driver lineup is truly an incredible opportunity and one that I'm thankful to be a part of. For the Garage 56 project, Rockefeller has been the principal test driver. He has won the 2010 24 Hours of Le Mans, the 2005 24 Hours of Le Mans GT class, the 2010 Rolex 24 at Daytona, and the 2013 German DTM title. He has spent numerous hours behind the wheel in the simulator and has driven the car at every on-track test. It has been a great journey so far with the whole team and project, Rockefeller stated. To be involved as a driver from day one until now was already a great honor, and to now have Jimmy and Jensen alongside me as teammates in Le Mans is unbelievable. Button, who finished with 15 victories and 50 podium finishes, in addition to his 2009 World Championship, is regarded as one of the greatest British drivers of all time. His career was one of the most successful in Formula One history. As a lifelong racing fan, I have always dreamed of racing certain cars, with and against certain drivers, and competing in certain events, Button remarked. In June, a number of those dreams will come true in one event, when I get to bring NASCAR to the world stage alongside my pals Jimmy and Rocky for the 100th anniversary of the most prestigious race in the world. I'm really looking forward to sharing this journey with NASCAR, Hendrick Motorsports, Chevrolet, and Goodyear, and current and future NASCAR fans from around the world. The two-day test at Daytona International Speedway is scheduled for next week, and all three drivers will take part. Jordan Taylor, who currently drives for Corvette Racing in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, will act as the backup driver and assist with driver coaching. Taylor took first place in the GTE Pro class in the 2015 24 Hours of Le Mans and has placed third 4 times. He has won 4 IMSA titles. On the other hand, as the NASCAR Cup Series prepares to kick off its season in Daytona, 2020 champion Chase Elliott believes that if his sport wants to expand the audience it reaches throughout a race weekend, it should model itself after Formula One. As far as what NASCAR can do to capitalize on the momentum that's going on, it's about telling more of the story of what goes on behind the scenes, Elliott said. There's a lot of technology that goes on in NASCAR. You might not think of it, but there are a lot of the same processes and things that people learned on Drive to Survive that we use too. And that ends today's episode. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos.